Haraka tarakibishi, tunaanza picha letu mara that. Ala, kumbe hapa basi kuna mwizi amefanya wizi tayari. Ndio huyo. Kumbe baada tu kusababisha wizi akahepa. Ndio huyo. Ni kazi yake basi usiku anafanya kazi ya wizi. Mchana analala. Alright. Amefanya wizi tayari. Akaona hajatosheka, akaamua kwenda kufanya wizi pahali pengine. Ndio huyo shasha. Kuna mwizi faster. Ndio huyo wai. Kumbe ndiyo huyu hapa basi mwizi Kagwaro.
Nico Kuresoi North. This is Itare Dam. This was a project funded by the Italian government worth 35 billion shillings. And right now the cost of this project actually has increased by 5 billion shillings and is now 40 billion shillings. So this is Itare Dam. You can see that is where the gate of the dam was supposed to be so that water flows. So here I'm in the middle of the dam. You can see over there rusted metal all over the place. This was a project of 35 billion. This is one of the biggest projects in Kenya, one of the mega projects. And you can see the situation. Mnajionea nyinyi wenyewe. So this project was started in 2016 and up to now it is not complete. So 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 20 plus 5, more than 10 years. No, 9 years. 9 years, not complete. Itare Dam. People would be enjoying clean, fresh water from this place. Lakini ni wizi, bila kazi yoyote. And this is a place that can also generate hydropower so that we stop having blackouts because of lack of electricity. Lakini hali ni jinsi unavyoiona. I'm going to take you down there so that I show you actually how it looks from down there. This is the situation of Itare Dam. Hivi ndivyo mambo yalivyo. I believe ilikuwa inafaa kuwa collector tunnel. So the contractor scaffolding is still there. You can see imemea. Saiso zata karibu zinafika 10 feet tall. And this is your money. As a Kenyan, hii ni pesa. Even if it was a loan from the Italian government, you are going to pay. Hata kama hujaandikwa kazi na unafikiria ulipe ushuru kwa sababu ukatwi kwa payslip, ama wewe si mfanyabiashara ulipe tax direct kwa KRA. Ukinunua kilo ya unga umelipa tax. Ukinunua kilo ya sukari umelipa tax. Ukinunua pombe, sigara, ukinunua nguo, kiatu, you've paid taxes. Ukinunua hata simu, umelipa tax. So this is your money. And this is why you should be worried about how government is using your money. Because at the end of the day, there must be value for money as Kenyans. So 35 billion shillings was what was allocated for this project. It's now going to cost us 5 billion more kwa sababu ya mchezo ya viongozi ambao hawataki kufanya kazi. Wanafanya uzembe na kukula pesa ya wananchi bila kazi yoyote. Tafadhali, wewe kama Mkenya, make a better choice at the ballot. That's the only way you can change whatever is happening.
Guys, Uhuru haiziba. He's from a rich family. Aki guys, Ruto can't be like Uhuru. Hatafanya these killings. Hataiba. He will be atakuwa bottom up. He's God fearing. I think Kenyans tunafaa to agree. We have very poor judgment of character. And going forward, we should judge people for who they are, not who they tell us they will be. Okay? So if you're planning to support someone else, judge them for who they are and who they have shown you, not for who they're trying to tell you they're going to be. Because kumbavu zetu, mi kwanza, Uhuru, what was that?
President William Ruto is the most corrupt political leader in Kenya. This is according to the latest poll by research firm Ipsos Synovate. The report indicates that 33% of Kenyans rank the corrupt. The research was conducted in 45 counties with a representation of about 2,000 households.
Why do you think you are seen by so many Kenyans as being the epitome of a corrupt politician?
That tells you that the whole corruption narrative has been politicized.
But your citizens have absolutely no faith in all of the words that you and others give to me about your pledge to clean up the country, to deliver on anti-corruption. They don't believe a word of it.
We have the fight against corruption on the eyeball. And I want to tell you that the country today believes strongly that this government, this administration, is serious about the fight against corruption.
The Ipsos polling organization asked Kenyans which politicians in your country they believe to be corrupt. People were asked, and this is the question, of all the current and past but alive political leaders you can think of, which one do you think is the most corrupt? Guess who came out on top?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You. 33% chose you.
Absolutely.
William Ruto.
Yes.
Ruto ndio mtu anaweza kukuchukulia pesa yako na akusafisha clean. Yani anakuomba ATM, unampatia pin, unamtumia pesa mpaka unamwambia asante. Kitamfikirie pesa imeenda. Akomeru tena.
Mimi niliambia William Samoei Arap Ruto na ndugu yake mkubwa Raila Amolo Odinga, mimi bora wasiniue. Mimi niko tayari kukabiliana na Raila na William Samoei Arap Ruto. Sababu hawa ndio mikora. Unajua wananchi, mikora ni 3 hapa Kenya. Unajua mikora ni 3. Wale watu wanafanya watoto wenyu wasisome, muishi kwa nyumba ya mabati kama unaishi nje. Ni Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta na William Samoei Arap Ruto. Hawa ndio mikora. Na ni lazima tufukuze hii mikora ili watoto wetu wasome.
Wa Kenya. Ati Trump aliweka Biblia chini akaanza kazi. Na kuna mwingine aliweka Biblia chini akaanza wizi. Nyinyi mutakujiwa. Nyinyi ongeeni tu hivyo.
Kenyans need to know the truth. I don't know what reputation you have to talk about Ruto really. And that's why really, talking about Ruto leading this country is disaster. I mean, given the kind of scandals that he has, given the kind of, all the theft that are in the public domain, does he have a reputation? I mean, you just have to look at the Muteshi land, Western Hotel, Kenya Pipeline land, Ngong Road, Tavita Critical's land, Rorke Marer, where he talks about only 7 billion lost, Uhuru Gardens, which everybody knows, he was occupying it. I don't know what reputation you have to talk about Ruto really. In fact, I'm even wondering why I made this statement sometime early this morning and everybody was saying, is it true? Is it true? I mean, is it beyond Ruto to do those kind of things, given what he has done in this country? But he was always blackmailing the president. He was controlling parliament through Duale, and of course, the speakers were on his side. Am I lying? Those speakers are now in UDA. But bitterly so, because you know that he's not an honest person. It is about the character of the man we're dealing with. And surely, all these things that we talk about, in fact, the other day I was trying to count the number of scandals and improprieties that he was involved in. It was about 28, 29. I've just talked about 6, and Kenyans are tired.
The problem, Richard, is Kenyans forget. This same president auctioned the Procession Road, the road from Serena to State House. He got a title deed, went to KCB, and he borrowed some money against it. It is when Kibaki took over, because we needed the road, that he handed over to the Ministry of Lands the titles that he had already taken some loan with it.
There's a road that leads from State House down into town. It's called Processional Way. Mr. Ruto actually returned the titles to that road in 2003 after the NARC election. In what capacity had he ended up owning a road is the question you should ask him.
So they say old habits die hard. So if he was auctioning a public road at that particular time, calling it some kind of a plot, taking it to KCB and getting some money, I can't remember how much. I think it could have been 9 million or so, which was a lot of money those days, when a member of parliament was earning 18,000. Then later on, he had now to return those titles. So given a chance, he has done those 3. Even carbon credit, it might auction all the national parks and the forests in Kenya. And he'll be a shareholder in the company that is giving us what we call carbon credit.
That would be conflict of interest against...
Already it is conflict of interest. Adani, the company that they registered in Kenya,
subsidiary
of Adani, I'm sure, either through proxy or himself, shares in that company. I've told you before that William Ruto cannot do anything unless there is something in it for him. Even what looks like innocent public encounter, all the time he will be looking for what is in it for him.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number 1, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number 2, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. Calls for us to think and think deep.
In politics, you must understand the following. 1, nobody has your interest. 2, everybody is chasing their interests. 3, dealing with politicians is like sleeping with tigers. You must always have your eyes wide open. 4, and this is one of my favorites. In any political equation, there's always someone being used. If you look around and you can't find that person, then it is you. 5, serving politicians is like a bandage on a wound. Once the wound is healed, your usefulness ends. 6, in politics, never will more than the bereaved. They will get the reward while you inherit their enemies. 7, in politics, in any event, if other interests conflict with your interests and you have to choose, always choose yours. Number 8, never cross oceans for politicians. You may drown. And it goes on and on.
Maze, in this journey of Ruto must go 2027, I think we are one step behind. Sijui kama umerealize that, yes, people are saying Ruto must go. But if you dare bring any other option on the table, wanararua kabisa inaisha. Yesterday I was watching JKL, and there was this guy who was saying, oh, Matiang'i, he has become a billionaire overnight. That guy, he must have been a thief. How comes amekuwa a billionaire? Then amepata wapi pesa ya kufanya campaign? You go to Twitter, X Space, and you talk anything about Matiang'i. Oh, huyo ni mwizi. Ametoa pesa ya kufanya campaign. If you vote him, you are voting Uhuru. The same people are telling you Ruto must go, ndio wanamaliza Matiang'i. You remember even 2 months ago, there was this about Omtata. Oh, Mtata has been working with the NIS. Kwani hamujui, he's a hypocrite. Yeye ndiye amekuwa akiuza Gen Z. Ebu angalia Kibet Bull, ameenda kwake wamepatana. Kibet Bull ameshikwa. Kwa nini hiyo gari ilikuwa imekaa pale chini? Yeye ndiye alimseti. Yeye ndiye alifanya. Oh, Mtata anaishia hapo. Some 3-4 months ago, there was this guy called Jimmy Wanjigi. a guy with very brilliant idea on how we can develop this country. By the way, if you want to know how Kenya can go ahead, go and watch his interviews in Spice and everywhere. He has very brilliant ideas. Yeah, he was even Kibaki advisor. Then you bring Jimmy Wanjigi on the table. You tell them you don't want tribal chiefs. Yeah, here is a person called Jimmy Wanjigi. Oh, he's a tenderpreneur. He's mad because Ruto alimnyima tender. Hamjui akona anakuwa na makampuni gani. There is a lot of negativity in this country of any other option you bring on the table. What is happening with Kenyans? Ama it's a game being played at a very high level. Na sisi hatujui, si ni Ruto tu must go. Na huko kwingine kuna game inachezwa. So sad.
Mimi naona wakiungana pamoja, Matakarua, Gachagua, Kalonzo, hawa kina Matiang'i wote wa form chama ile nzuri. Wakenya wote watabaki hiyo chama. Na tutoe huyu mheshimiwa Ruto aende nyumbani. Maana hakuna chenye anatufanyia. Kwa hivyo mimi naunga mkono tena sana waungane, walete chama kimoja ambaye itatusaidia sisi wa Kenya. Ndio hiyo. Okay.
By the way guys, if y'all have not realized, Trump has been a sworn-in president for less than 48 hours. But the changes he's already making are massive. Like, he's making big decisions in less than 48 hours. In less than 48 hours, amemaliza LGBTQ. Amesema huko kuna gender mbili peke yake, male and female. In less than 48 hours, amerudisha TikTok. In less than 48 hours, anyway, na kuna huyu wenyu anafanya campaign. Anafanya campaign. Ai. Mungu tusamehe. Anafanya campaign. Hey.
A friend of mine once corrected me when I said that in Africa there is corruption. He said, no, in Africa there is no corruption. Corruption presupposes there is some element of intelligence in theft. What we see in Africa is looting and theft on an industrial scale.
Na mimi ni kijana William. Nimetoka Kamagutu location. No chop. Why? Ukiongea ukweli wanaugua.
Yeye amekuja.
Ukiongea tu kuongea ukweli atatakuua. So kuue.
Ruto ameamua kuharibu nchi, na Ruto na Sakaja na Zakari Kwenya lazima waende nyumbani. Bunge power. Ambao wanasema Ruto aende nyumbani hae. Wenye wanasema Ruto abaki ne. Hata hakuna bwana spika.
These people out here are tired. These people are tired. I was crying this morning today because we are messing up a good thing. We are messing up this country. Who wants to be a refugee? And there is enough for you people to eat, so long as you eat with manners. The revenue we collect is enough to run 8 African countries: Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. You go to Congo, you go to South Sudan, you go to Somalia, and you go to Ethiopia. That's what our goddamn budget is.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Mungu yetu itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau na jali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Sasa tafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama sisi.
Hata nasahau tarehe ni gani. Mimi sikuwa na tarehe kwa kalenda. Na mimi hata sina haja nayo. Mimi chenye niko nayo nayo ni serikali ya 2027. Huyu mkata ushuru tumtoe. Na tuungane si wote.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then there are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then there are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they use their might because they didn't vote. The largest vote in the last election